Who are the Mobility MythBusters? Carolyn Harris.
Let's bust some myths. You can actually only use the cloud when there are clouds outside.
Jeff Cohn.
That's golden.
Jabir Rustam.
Back up. All right.
Between them, more than 10 years mobility experience. They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
Hey guys.
Hey Nick.
What's up?
Question. So I'm visiting a customer tomorrow, and I'm wondering if I can edit my files on my iPad on the go.
Alright, that sounds like a job for the Mobility MythBusters.
We'll take a look and get back to you by the end of the day.
Alright, so we want to take a look at editing cloud files on the iPad.
Okay, so why don't we take this a step further and look at full functionality?
Okay, but what do you mean by full functionality?
Well, instead of just editing files, how about we look at creating files, editing files, and saving back to the cloud?
Okay, that sounds like a good test. Let's go find Jabir.
Alright.
Hey Jabir, you got a second?
Hey Jeff, what's up?
So we've got a really exciting myth from the field today.
Okay, tell me about it.
The myth is that the J&J Cloud provides the same functionality on your iPad than it does on your PC.
And by the same functionality, we mean the ability to create, edit, and save files within the cloud from the iPad.
It sounds good, guys, but how do you want to test it?
Well, the other episode we took a look at the file sync application for getting access to the files.
But do you have any ideas for editing on the iPad?
Yeah, actually, there's some really good applications out there. The one that's recommended, which connects really well with file sync, is one that's called Office 2 HD. It allows you to connect with all three types of Office files and save it back to the cloud.
Alright, so let's download it and test it out.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Great.
Thanks.
Hey guys, come take a look. I downloaded Office 2 HD. Let's check it out.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
The recommended document editing and authoring tool to use with file sync is Office 2 HD. It can be downloaded from the Apple Store and has been reviewed and approved by Johnson & Johnson for use. Please confirm with local management that you were approved to expense this prior to downloading. Let's navigate to the Apple App Store. Okay, and in the search box at the top right corner of the screen, enter Office 2 HD. Okay, so it is $7.99 to download this app. So just tap the price, and it'll begin downloading right away. You can view its progress on your home screen right here. Okay, so Office 2 HD is now finished downloading. Now in order to leverage this, actually go to File Sync. Now let's find a file that we want to open. So let's use our biosurgery pricing sheet example. Just going to download the local copy. Now to open it in Office 2 HD, tap the gear button in the top right corner of the screen. Tap Actions, Open In, and now select Open in Office 2 HD. Okay, so this will automatically open Office 2 HD. And now here's our file. So since this is an Excel file, it opens in the Excel app. Office 2 HD actually includes Excel, Word, and PowerPoint apps all in one. So let's just make some edits. So there you can see our edits are complete. So when you're finished making changes, select the Save button in the top left corner. Okay, select Save, or if you want to create a duplicate copy, you can select Save As and then rename the file. So I'm just going to select Save. Okay. And select the Close button in the top left corner to close the file. In order to save your edited file back to the cloud, find your file in the local files area and select the blue arrow to the right of the file. Okay, and select the Open In button in the top right corner. Select Open in File Sync. Okay, you can rename it if you want, and you choose the destination that you want the folder to be saved in. I'm just going to select my general document folder. Select Save. It says under the file name for this file that it was modified just now. So you can see that the version that we edited has actually saved back to the cloud. Let's try a Word document. Okay, select the gear, Actions, Open In, Office 2 HD. And here we go. So now we are in the Word app. Okay, so I'm just going to edit this here just to show you guys. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to select Save. I'm going to select Close. Go back to my local files, hit the blue arrow, Open In File Sync. Again, I'm just going to save it back to my General Documents folder. Select Save. And there we go, our file has saved back to the cloud. Okay, so let's try a PowerPoint file. Okay, the gear, Actions, Open In Office 2 HD, and here's our file. Okay, so that is all of our files. We've edited an Excel, a Word, and a PowerPoint. You can also use the iWorks apps to do this if you'd like. For example, Numbers and Pages and Keynote would be the one that you'd use for the PowerPoints, but those are $9.99 each, and Office 2 HD is all three of these apps for only $7.99. Also, when you open a Word document in Pages, for example, it will save as a different file type. So every time you open a document in Pages and save it back to FileSync, it'll always create a duplicate copy instead of editing the existing file and saving it back as the same file. That's why Office 2 HD is so great, because it works 100% with FileSync. Okay, so let's go back to Jabir and Jeff and see what they have to say.
So for our next question, the myth was that the J&J Cloud provides the same functionality on the iPad that it does on the PC.
It's such a time saver. So I'm just going to give a quick example of how easy it is for me to complete my monthly report on the iPad. So I've got an email here where I've got, the template or my last month's monthly report that I'd sent my manager. I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to save it into my file sync. I get to choose where I want that to actually go. So I'm just going to save it just in Documents right here, and I'll just save it at the very end just so that it stands out. So I'm going to save that in there. It takes 2 seconds, as you can see. Okay, so now it's in here. So Documents, monthly report. So I want to be able to manipulate the data so that I can update it and then resend it. and not have to wait until I get home to be able to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm now just going to open it up in Office 2 HD. The two programs work so well together. I can manipulate data on the go for anything that I'm looking at doing. So here's my monthly report, and it's opened in Office 2 HD. So now I want to manipulate some data, so I'm just going to go down here, and let's see, I'll add in information right here. I'm going to change, I was actually in way more cases than this month, so I'm going to update that to, let's say, 999 cases. I was very productive. Enter, done. And then that's it, you know, and then you make all the other changes you want, and then you can just save it back in Office 2 HD, and that's it. And then you can obviously re-put it back into your file sync, or email it straight from here to your manager.
So are we ready to call it?
Yes.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Perfect. So I'll get back to Nick, tell him he'll be okay for his customer visit tomorrow.
Sounds great.